Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Today's topic is basically about a food item, which, as you know, that we've been doing a lot of videos regarding which food is halal and which one is haram. So today we are going to touch upon a very important topic, which is related with a chain restaurant, and the name of the restaurant is Taco Bell. So the question for today's discussion is basically whether Taco Bell is halal or not. So is Taco Bell halal or haram? Why we're going to discuss this topic is basically it's beloved, it's a beloved fast food chain restaurant that has been serving Mexican inspired dishes to customers around the world for decades. Many people love the convenience and flavor of Taco Bell's tacos, burritos, and nachos. Of course, all of these items are included in Taco Bell's menu. But a lot of Muslims want to know if the food being served at Taco Bell's restaurants is halal. And for a lot of people, to my understanding, for millions of people around the world, this question is very important. And today, inshallah, we will try to clarify this issue once for all. And of course, we will keep uh, researching about the halalness of this restaurant and many other restaurants. But today, we would like to be very specific about some countries and about some branches which offer halal only, halal certified meat. So let's get started, inshallah. For some of you, the word halal may be kind of unfamiliar, maybe not very clear to you. So, just for the sake of those people who are new to this website and or who are new to Islam, basically what halal refers to food that is prepared and consumed in accordance with Islamic law. In general, meat from animals that have been slaughtered according to Islamic requirements is considered halal. For Muslims, following halal dietary guidelines is an important part of their faith, and they almost always choose to seek out halal food options when eating out. So, this is the basic definition of what halal is. So, now let's come back to the question which we originally asked in the beginning. Is Taco Bell halal? Does it use halal meat in all its dishes? In all its dishes? Unfortunately, the answer is not very straightforward. Of course, in some cases we would say yes, but in other cases we don't have any opinion about this issue. The company has not made any official statements indicating that its meat is halal, and it's not marketed as a halal food chain restaurant. This means it's difficult to determine whether Taco Bell's meat is halal certified in all of its restaurants around the globe. No, we cannot say that. Now the question is, you know, the thing is that Taco Bell is having presence in so many different countries. So, of course, we would like to discuss the situation in each and every many different countries as whether they serve halal food or not. For example, Taco Bell's website in Australia recently stated that whilst the meat and other ingredient suppliers we use may be halal certified, the food menu items offered in our restaurants are not specifically halal certified. Please refer to our vegetarian options for potential menu choices. So, this is the statement given by Taco Bell on their Australian website. We have tried to investigate this topic thoroughly, and we have noticed that their halal policy seems to vary from country to country or even from one location to another, from one restaurant to another. So we got to be very careful. We got to confirm before we place any order with the Taco Bell whether the meat they serve, whether all the processes they follow to prepare the food, whether all the meat which they use in preparing these menu items are halal certified or not. So we got to confirm it at every single, no matter which restaurant we go to. So we've already discussed that the situation in Australia. Now we're going to touch upon the topic: is Taco Bell halal in the UK? In the UK, they offer halal dishes at the following places, and of course, it's not an exhaustive list. There are so many other restaurants, Taco Bell restaurants in the UK, which offer halal dishes as well. But for the time being, we would mention some of them. Before you place, but one thing we would like to request you: before you place an order for a dish at the restaurant, please confirm whether they serve any halal dishes. It's also possible that they might be serving halal options at some other restaurants in the country as well. So this is not, as I mentioned, this is not an exhaustive list. And of course, there are some other restaurants. We have observed that in London specifically, there are several Taco Bell restaurants which are serving halal meat dishes. So some of the places in the UK, in England, where they offer halal certified meat in their menu items are, for example, Woking, Colindale, Sheffield, Broughton Lane, Manchester, Deansgate, and Bradford, Argyle Street, and so many other places in the country. So when you go to any of these Taco Bell restaurants, you could confirm it, and inshallah, they would say that yes, we serve halal food dishes in our restaurants, hopefully, unless their menu items has changed since we wrote this article. Now, the next country which comes into our mind is whether Taco Bell offers halal meat in Malaysia as well. Taco Bell in Malaysia states that all the ingredients that go into the making of their food items, their food menu, are carefully selected from halal certified sources. However, they are still in the process of obtaining full halal certification from relevant authorities in the country. Now, there is a very large economy, very large market for Taco Bell, and we need to discuss that economy, that market for Taco Bell. My question today, before writing this article, before I was updating some information, I just wanted to make sure that I provide the information which is 100% correct. So basically, what I did yesterday, I sent a message on their Twitter handle whether they served halal dishes in India. And the company confirmed on their official, of course, the company has already confirmed on their official Twitter handle that they served halal dishes in the country. And as I mentioned, that I also contacted Taco Bell India, and their response was, let me read it out to you. Hey, yes, we only use halal certified meat at all our restaurants. So this is their official response. And as far as the other country, as far as the halalness, the halal status of Taco Bell uh, menu items in other countries is concerned, we were not able to confirm it. To tell you the truth, we were not able to confirm the halal status of the company in other countries. The best option for Muslims would be to confirm with their local Taco Bell restaurant whether they served any halal menu options. So, if this is the situation, what should the Muslims do? In general, to our understanding, fast food chains like Taco Bell do not typically offer halal meat options. This is because the mass production and distribution of fast food require the use of industrial scale slaughterhouses. and meat processing facilities. These facilities may not follow specific guidelines for halal slaughter, which include the use of a sharp knife, the recitation of a prayer by a Muslim, and so many other and a few other preconditions, guidelines, specific guidelines which we have to follow while slaughtering a halal animal. And sometimes it becomes difficult when you're talking about uh, large scale industrial scale slaughterhouses and meat processing facilities. It's worth noting that Taco Bell also offers vegetarian options such as beans and tofu, which would be considered halal, of course, there is no doubt about these. However, these options may not be available at all locations, and it's always a good idea to check with the restaurant in question which you plan to visit to confirm the availability of halal menu items before you place an order. If you're seeking If you're seeking halal food options, it may be best to look for restaurants that specifically offer halal certified meat. Many halal restaurants offer a wide range of dishes, including meat and vegetarian options, that are prepared according to Islamic dietary guidelines. You know, there's one other thing which we need to keep in mind while placing an order with any of the Taco Bell's restaurants. In addition to the meat served at Taco Bell, it's worth considering the other ingredients and preparation methods used at the restaurants. You may want to confirm those preparation methods and any other important information which they may have available, basically to confirm whether the meat they are serving is halal certified or not. Sometimes it's possible that the meat may be halal, but other ingredients used in Taco Bell's vegetarian dishes could be haram. So please do confirm the halal status of any item before you place an order with the Taco Bell restaurant. You know, as you know, the vegetables used at Taco Bell restaurants are all halal. However, the spices and seasoning used in the restaurant's dishes may be haram. Who knows that? These ingredients and seasonings may contain alcohol or other non halal components. So it's always a good idea, brothers and sisters, to check with the restaurant or at least read ingredient labels if you got any concerns about halal meat options at Taco Bell or any other restaurant. It's our habit that whenever we go to a restaurant where we don't know whether they serve any halal dishes, we do confirm it. It's also worth considering the preparation methods used at Taco Bell. If the restaurant follows halal guidelines in the handling and preparation of its food, it's possible that the final dishes could be considered halal, provided that the other ingredients are halal as well. However, as you know, brothers and sisters, it's difficult to determine whether Taco Bell follows halal guidelines in its preparation processes, food preparation, as the company has not made any official statements on this matter. So we tend to think overall it's important to note that the concept of halal food is complex and can vary depending on individual interpretations of Islamic law. While it's not clear whether Taco Bell's meat is halal, the restaurant does offer, of course, as we have mentioned in this episode, that this restaurant does offer vegetarian options that may be considered halal, of course, if there is they are not using any ingredients which is haram specifically. Then, of course, we would consider all these vegetarian dishes as halal, 100%. If you're seeking halal food options, it's always a good idea, brothers and sisters, to check with the restaurant or look for restaurants that specifically offer halal meat. So, to our understanding, basically, we would say that it's not clear whether Taco Bell's meat is halal. While the company does not market itself as a halal food chain, it does offer vegetarian dishes, and of course halal certified meat as well, that you should consider while placing an order. And as we have mentioned, in several countries they state that the food at uh, some of their restaurants in those countries, it's completely halal. So we trust them, hopefully. And we in this case, uh, we should not have any problem placing an order for those dishes. So please, but this is my request, please confirm with your local Taco Bell location whether they serve any halal dishes. Alternatively, you may want to look for restaurants that specifically offer halal certified meat in all their menu items, and their handling and preparation methods also fully comply with halal standards generally acceptable to Muslims anywhere in the world. So, thank you, brothers and sisters. It was nice talking to you, and I hope you got some idea as to whether you should eat at Taco Bell. We tend to think that they offer halal certified meat in a lot of their restaurants, and but we would only suggest that please do confirm it before you place an order uh, with Taco Bell. Thank you so much, and inshallah, hopefully very soon we will come up with another episode from the Halal Times very soon. Till then, salam alaikum.